Hello, welcome everybody. Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you are. I'm in London, UK, so for me it's the afternoon. Today we will talk about communicating sustainability in beauty, because as you know, it's quite confusing, it's very complicated, and it's more complex than we would think. There's a lot of common mistakes, a lot of regarding sustainability and marketing and product development. And so we're going to see how to think about that and how to see sustainability and beauty claims. So let me share my screen so I can tell you how to do this. There we are. So communicating sustainability. To me, I wanted to start about, what are the common mistakes with sustainability in beauty and marketing and product development, and how to overcome them. Me, just to give you a brief overview, I've been in the industry for 15 years, and I've set up last year a resource, which is a platform to help beauty brands understand and decipher sustainability, and mostly targeting on marketing, because I really believe that marketing is here to change the game. And when good marketing is done, it can actually change culture for the good and for the real good things. And I know, there's a lot of people that are hating marketing and thinking this is the black beast and it's the bad guy. But actually, when marketing does a good job, it can really do and improve lives. So that's why I'm really targeting to these people, because I think that that's the way to change. And so I hope you can help me contribute to that. So so today we're going to talk about sustainability. I will give you a definition. Then I want to talk about misleading claims. Then I want to help you how to build a claim. And then I give you a few recommendations and conclusion at the end. And then I will tell you a bit about resource if you are interested. Again, you can always get in touch with me via email here, or by Instagram or LinkedIn. And here there's a link to my calendar if you want to book a meeting with me. I don't know whether Jen is going to send you all of the details, but if you want to get in touch with me, then you can just click on the links provided in the PDF and get in touch with me if you have any more questions. Okay, so sustainability definition. I always start with the definition because I think it's a really important topic to cover first. So the common definition of sustainability is the avoidance of the depletion of natural resources in order to maintain an ecological balance. Sustainable beauty considers the design of any item with its impact on humans, meaning workers, consumers, suppliers, communities, etc., everybody we work with, the impact on the planet, the fauna and the flora, and the impact on the profit taken or generated. I mean taken, when we take when we take a plant from somewhere, then sometimes we deplete the region as well from that biodiversity. So it's important to give back something, from that. And then we take it, the profit given is where you give back to the community, or however you do. Giving skills, for instance, is a way to give back. When you train people and you help them to be better farmers and to look after their family better, or any other ways to improve their life, then you give something back, so you generate profit back into that people, that company, that local community. This is an example. And so sustainability, the impact must be measured in a 360 view, a circular approach from the extraction to manufacturing, to the usage and to the destruction or the restoration. Again, this is quite a new way to see things, but now we need to consider sustainability with a 360 view on a full life cycle and full circle. Because before, until now, we're working on a more, how can I say, linear economy. So what we take, we manufacture, we use, we discard, and then that's it, and that's the end of life. But now, what if we consider the circular aspect of a product and make sure that it's back into circle? So that's why I wanted to, give you back a definition, because to me, this is how we define sustainability today. The impact on the three: planet, people, and profit, money, and etc. we generate, and then the 360 approach to sustainability. That's the way to have a sustainability vision. Now, I want to talk to you about greenwashing. What is greenwashing, and how do we identify it in the media or elsewhere, anywhere where people talk about sustainability? The UN defines sustainability as an attempt to mislead consumers and to market products more environmentally friendly than they actually are. An exaggeration of or misrepresentation, a claim that cannot be verified, is irrelevant or is simply false. Where green relates to environmental claims, but is also used in the context of social and ethical product information. Yes, so you need to make sure that whenever you do talk about a claim, you don't mislead consumer, and you don't have an attempt to talk about a very specific aspect of your product and exaggerating it. Sorry, and then on the side, you don't mention something that can be negative for the environment. I'm trying to give you some examples a bit later. So go back to the presentation. So do you know that 40% of claims online could be misleading? This is a report from the Green Claims Code. This Green Claim Code has been released in the UK recently, at the end of 2021. And now they are implementing a business watch, if you like, for all the claims and everything regarding sustainability and environmental claims. Interesting to see that, because there's going to be people watching what we're doing, and there's going to be regulations coming on the market regarding environmental claims. So we need to be a bit more careful at what we do and what we say to consumers and to people in general. Also, so I'm going to give you an example of some greenwashing claims. This example, I didn't quote the brand because I don't want to put brands into the picture here. I don't want to blame anybody. I just want to explain the type of claim that we can see in the market. This one, for instance, like it's clean, recycle me, and multi-use. All of these claims are multi-use, recycle me, and clean. By the way, these are claims, even though they look like logos or whatever. Anything related to environment is considered a claim. So all of this is considered a claim. So this is clean, recycle me, and multi-use. It doesn't mean anything. It's not very specific. It doesn't say so. It doesn't say it's clean. What does that mean, clean? I mean, is the rest really unclean? And responsible recyclable packaging. Okay, what does that mean? We need to be more specific. What part of the packaging is recyclable? What is the packaging made of? How do we recycle the packaging? Do you separate together? Do you separate every piece, or do you put them together? So that's something we really need to consider when we talk about claims. So multi-use, recycle me, clean, cruelty-free, vegan, this is not specific. There's no proof, and there's no commitment or accountability here. So that's something you need to watch for. Is the claim very broad, very generic? Is there any proof to the claim? Or is there any information more, or any more details about the claims that you actually see on the packaging, the paper, or whatever? I'm going to go a bit later on like how claims are defined and what makes an environmental claims. You will see it's more complex than actually you think, and it's broader than you think as well. Another example, this is a ruling from RPP, which is the standard of the ASA, which is the Advertising Standard Agency in the UK. You have the same in Canada. You have the advertising agency as well in Canada that watch, advertising and answer to consumer complaint about misleading or considered false advertising. So this example here, it was a deodorant, Sanex. I'm sorry. And this example is free the, like it says, free the planet. All of this claim says free the planet here with a big, gray cloud. What does that mean? So it was considered by the Advertising Standard Agency to be a misleading claim and to be associated with this pollution and this visual to be exaggerated. So again, when you do a claim, what does it say? And it says like 0%. Is it related to the product or to what the product does? Okay, here is the deodorant that is more compact, meaning that it's reduced in terms of packaging, and also in terms of waste at the end, and on the material and the formulation as well inside. But does it really relate to the claim that the brand is making, that they are saving the planet because they've got a less waste packaging? Not necessarily. So that's why this is our good example. This is a ruling. I'm not trying to blame any brands as well and to point any fingers here. I'm just trying to see how green claims are identified and are seen as exaggerated. The kind of claims I think we need to avoid, and I'm kind of trying to fight them, is zero waste. Because nothing is ever zero waste. As soon as you manufacture something or as soon as you use something, you create waste. Let's say that your packaging is zero waste because you can reuse, let's say it's like a candle, and then the candle is made of glass, and then you can use it again to make another candle, or you can use it as a pot to plant something or to do something else. Technically, you can reuse it, so that's why brands are often claiming that this is zero waste. But actually, is it really zero waste? Because manufacturing the glass, manufacturing the candle, or manufacturing any product that goes into that packaging, the outer packaging, the sending it from the consumer website, from the retailer website to the consumers, all of this is actually taking a lot of energy. So when you think about zero waste claim, nothing is actually zero waste. So I wish we would stop using that sort of simple claims, because it's actually really misleading, because it doesn't really say what it does on the tin. So we need to be a bit more specific about what it says, what it means. Yeah, what it means to be sustainable. All the claims I think we should avoid. Eco-friendly, because again, it's not really a specific claim. It doesn't say anything. Eco-friendly. Well, I mean, am I eco-friendly? I take only 2 showers a week instead of every day. Yes, I'm eco-friendly, but is it good? Should I say that? Does it make me like a planet saver? I don't know. We need to be very more specific when we make claims. So these are the kind of things that we need to avoid when claiming sustainability. Greener. Okay, my product is greener than the next one. Okay, what does that mean? In what way is it greener? Is it because I've consumed less packaging? Is it because the ingredients are better for the environment, are less wasteful, or better to protect the water and the marine environment, or etc. What does it mean? To be better, to be greener. Another one, save the planet, save the oceans and the planet. Do I really save the ocean and the planet? As we saw in the previous claims, is not really that clear. We are not doing that. We are improving, we are reducing the carbon impact. We're improving our, the way we work, we preserve the planet. This is the thing we can claim. And then if we claim that, we need to explain exactly what we do. Another example that I see a lot, biodegradable, and it's actually scary in the formulation side as well as the packaging side, because to be something packaging, for instance, to be something to be fully biodegradable, it will take time, and sometimes it needs to be biodegraded in a very specific environment, meaning an industrial composter. And if you put that in your garden, at the back of your garden, chances are it's not going to be degraded so easily and so simply. So that's why we need to be more specific about what it means to be sustainable, and what it means, what type of biodegradability our product is under. Is it oxo biodegradability? Is it industrial composting? Is it home composting? How do you waste your product? For formulation, ingredients, they can dissolve in water or in soil or whatever, so that's maybe easier to explain, but you need to make sure that everything is actually dissolvable, or that would completely biodegrade. So when you make this claim, you need to make really clear what you are actually doing. So now let's go to the Green Claims Code and the recommendation for green claims, how you should make your claims. Claims criteria in general. This is not applicable to just environmental claim, but to claims in general. Claims needs to be legal. They need to be truthful. They need to show evidence. They need to be honest. They need to be fair, and they need to make an informed decision. Like if you make a comparison, legal, for instance, whatever word you use needs to be legally acceptable. In Europe, for instance, the word biodegradable for packaging is now banned. Will it be banned for formulation? I'm not sure yet, but there are some words that you can't use anymore into your communications. So you need to make sure that whatever you claim, you are allowed to do it. Another example, in Europe, you can't say cruelty-free, because everybody since 2004, cruelty-free has been prohibited in Europe. But you should say not animal tested. You should be more specific about your claims. just an example. Truthful, is it true? Like, let's say, another example, is my packaging zero waste? It's not really true. It's not really exactly true, because when you manufacture your packaging or whatever you manufacture, you create waste, you create energy. When the consumer is going to use your product, he's going to use water, electricity, or whatever product they use to use your product. So then it will create waste. So actually calling something zero waste is not really true. What is the evidence behind it? Do you show proof of your carbon footprint? Whatever proof you have to prove what you are saying, you always need to back up your claims. It was really true in formulation. It's coming to be true in packaging. Until now, packaging was quite left alone because all of the claims were about consumer safety, because we apply product on the skin. So most of the claims were on that front, covered and legally binded. Now it's the same for packaging. You need to be more careful with your packaging claims as well. Again, fairness. When you compare something compared to a product, make sure you compare the same thing. Like if you switch from one glass bottle to a jar, I mean, are you comparing two same things? And you say like, from switching to the jar, we reduce our impact by this, no, etc. Okay, you reduce the impact, but if you were to compare two jars to each other, how did this one compare to another one? If you switch from one bottle to another bottle, how does these two compares? You need to make sure that you compare equal, comparable product or brands or whatever you compare. You need to be fair in the way you do your marketing, and you need to make an informed decision. Make sure that you back up your claim and you are yourself informed in what you're doing. Are you sure that when you say your formulation is 100% biodegradable, all of the ingredients and all of the things mixed together are 100% biodegradable? Are you sure that you can prove this and that? Are you absolutely informed that this product or whatever you built has reduced the carbon impact by this percentage or by this? And how do you make this informed decision? Anyway, so these are some criteria to take into consideration, and this is the way you identify a claim in general, not just a green claim, but that's really useful for the green claims as well. Environmental claims suggest that your product has a positive environment impact and or no impact on the environment. It suggests that the product is less damaging to the environment than a previous version of the same good or service, and also suggests that it's less damaging to the environment than competing goods or services. So whenever you make all of this type of claim, you are under the environmental claims. Whether you are explicit or implicit, this is the scope of environmental claim. The meaning of any terms used, like as I said earlier, I showed you earlier the example with the packaging, like the clean, the multi-use, the recycle, whatever. All of these can be considered as claim. So if a consumer comes and complain about your claims or about something you did, you need to make sure that every word you use, including on the digital, on the packaging, on whatever, it will be considered as the claim. So it's true that on a website or social media it will be easier to remove or to change, to update your claim if you make a mistake, but in your packaging is a bit more tricky. In your printing document or whatever is a bit more tricky. So, but even so, digital is changeable. Remember, people can take screenshot and publish you on like on their social media. You should follow Estee Lauder if you don't follow them, or Diet Prada, for instance. They are really important watchdog of the industry, and they really like take screenshots of brands and publish them on their social media. And even if you removed everything, it will be available somewhere on the internet. So make sure you are careful with the way you claim your product. So any term you use is considered a green claim. Anytime you refer to environment and anywhere, it's considered into the scope of the green claim. All the qualification and explanation of what is said, evidence that support those claims, the information that is not included or hidden, the colors, the pictures, the logo used, and the overall presentation, everything that you talk about. If you use green color, whatever you use in your marketing or whatever, all of this information can be taken as a green claim, and can be identified and can be used by lawmakers if they want to enforce something against your brand, or if they think that your brand is not actually making any good work, but is considered misleading. So be careful with this. Another example, business must ensure that the environmental claim, again, circling back to what we said earlier with how to make claim, that they are truthful and accurate, clear and non-ambiguous, that do not omit or hide important information. Like if you say, again, if your product is zero waste, but you actually maybe the usage will be zero waste, but all of the manufacturing process, what about this? What about all of this side of the product manufacturing? Where does that goes? Where that this waste generation goes? And it goes the same with like the claims regarding for example, the claims regarding like carbon impact, carbon positive, carbon neutrality, etc. How do they measure that? Because you need to measure the entire. You can't omit one part of the product usage to make sure to tell you that you're carbon positive or carbon neutral. Because as soon as your product, for instance, comes into the hands of the consumer, it becomes carbon negative, because they're going to use water, they're going to use electricity or whatever else to use your product. So it's going to generate waste and energy. So then you become carbon negative. So be careful with these types of claim. You are to be clear and non-ambiguous. Do not omit or hide important information. You need to compare goods or services in a fair and meaningful way. You need to consider the full life cycle of the product or service, and you need to substantiate your claim. Again, we are back to the proof, back to what you do, back to what your product does. Again, it's a full life cycle, as I explained in the beginning. Sustainability is a full life cycle, all of this. So consider everything. So when you see a claim that is a bit simplistic, wonder why, ask why, and search a bit deeper on why the claim is like that. And I hope to be helping brands to do that, because I'm developing content to do this, because I found there's a lot of misinformation about marketing, environment, and claims, and it's really hard for brands to know what to start and what to do and what to say. So it's really important to be really super clear. So our recommendation, for instance, if you want to do green claims, instead of saying your packaging is completely biodegradable, one of the way you could talk is the compostable parts. For instance, part of this product packaging is capable of decomposing naturally in a home compost or in an industrial compost environment in a way that's not harmful to the environment and the process and the product produces compost. Sorry. So again, this is more in detail. I know it's a lot of information, but maybe you can have partly compostable, partly recyclable, whatever you say, use in your product, and then you have an asterisk with more details into your website or wherever you want to publish this. But I would tell you, like, as soon as you say compostable parts, partly recyclable packaging, as soon as you say these kind of things, people will find more information, will like to find more information. So what if they say part of this product packaging is curbside collected and can be broken down into raw materials and repurposed and can be used again? Does not guarantee that it will be recycled. Always check locally. This is interesting. This is one of the way to do partly recyclable packaging, for instance, because instead of like saying like 100% recyclable, yeah, fine, nice, but will it be actually recycled? And you need to make sure. And if you do that, if you explain and if you have a claim that is more detailed, then consumers will be more likely to trust you and to trust what you're doing. So these are some examples. Another one, reusable packaging. The product is designed to be reused in the same use case. It's capable of being used repeatedly without impairing its protective function. Again, explain which part of the packaging is reusable, how to make the reusable, etc. So you need to make sure that whatever you claim and however you do, you need to have more details. And this is when we enter now into a more complex time, in the industry. What I can say is like before we were used to do like simple claims and small claims, and we were used to be quite simplistic in the way we approach sustainability and in the way we approach claims. But I think now we're entering in an era of educational marketing. We need to educate people, but first we need to educate ourselves. We need to make sure that whatever we claim, whatever we say, we know what we do 100%. There's no way to be sure 100% unless you've done a lot of research, you've contacted consultants, you work with people, and you work with experts, and you've asked absolutely everybody you can. And that's why we're here. That's why I'm trying to develop this content, because I know there's a lot of people that don't know what to do and they don't know where to start. And I'm hoping this is helpful because I know that how can I say, it's really complex to know what to do with sustainability. And I think the shortcuts or shortening the time or making it shorter for you to do anything is a big mistake. And we need to decelerate. Everything is going too fast right now. We are moving too quickly into new solutions, into new innovative solutions, and we're not really considering the long-term impact. Again, going back to the full life cycle, it's all about long-term impact and thinking full life cycle. How is your product impacting the environment? How are brands improving their impact? To be fair, today we don't have 100% great solution, because nothing is 100% better or good for the environment. There's always like some compromises to make today, because the technological advance, and especially the way that we need to protect cosmetic product, make it quite tricky to have like 100% sustainable product. But we are getting there. In the next few years, we're going to develop more recycling opportunities, more recycling capabilities, so it's going to be possible to do this or the other. So it's just really complex to know what to do with. That's why with the claims and with the marketing, you need to be super careful and ask around. And that's why we're here. That's why I'm here as well. I'm trying to help beauty brands. Here are my details. If you want some more information, book a call with me. If you need to know how to make your claim, how to develop your product in a more sustainable way, and how to be through. Don't stay alone, don't stay isolated, work with other brands, work with other people. And well done for signing up today and joining, because this is the way to go as well. Train yourself, inform yourself on what to do about sustainability. Okay, I hope this is helpful. Please feel free to contact me, get in touch. I've got my details here on Discord, or Jen can supply my details if you need anything. I was really happy to be invited to talk here. So yeah, if you have any question, please let me know, and let's get in touch. Let's keep in touch. Bye bye. Thank you.